Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler, or the Geek Slays. Welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast episode. What the fuck is up with my hair? Episode 9. I got that Dizzy guy here. We're gonna talk some shit. All right, Dizzy, what's up? How you doing today? Hello? I don't know if he's just being dumb or if my internet completely cut out again. Nope, my internet says it's doing fine. I don't know what chat's seeing though. I also can't hear Dizzy anymore. So yeah.
It's showing me you as offline.
Yeah. My internet did a weird poop. Okay though, I got a recording and now we should be now we should be big chillin'. What's up, Dizzy?
Nothing, sir.
Well, that's interesting. Thanks for watching. We'll get no. Oh God. So, how's quarantine, buddy?
It's going good. I'm holding on just as well as Joe Exotic's eyebrow ring.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
F with the auto host, appreciate it. What do you mean you're holding on as good as his eyebrow?
Have you not seen Joe Exotic's eyebrow ring?
The power of the dark side.
No, not really. No.
No, well, you need to look it up.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Goddamn.
Let's just let these get done and let them go.
Well, as far as I know, that's it. But I don't know.
4 more later.
Maybe. I didn't make the decision.
Decisions were made.
Decisions were made and not by me. Oh, fuck.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Professor. Alright, are we good now? Can hi Fern? I'm not Fern. Not nice. Make fun of my hair. Alright, so what do you mean you're only hanging on as good as his eyebrow ring? What's wrong with quarantine?
It's been a very long quarantine. And I never thought I'd say this, but I'm ready to go back to work.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well,
then again, I am making more now off of unemployment than what I was making when I was working, so it's...
And you're going to be a full-time streamer, basically, so, you know, potato.
Yeah. Potato.
Half of my arm has disappeared. I forgot I had a yellow hoodie on, so that's hot.
10 points to you, sir.
The audio listeners will have no clue what I'm talking about, but it's fine.
Oh, no.
Can we have a take 2? No. If you want to hear the intro, you'll have to go see it on the recorded version that'll go up on fucking, what's it called? YouTube.
The YouTubes.
Tomorrow morning. YouTube's tomorrow morning. So, with that being said, let's start this off. Who are you? Tell the people who you are. What do you do? Why do you exist?
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Bronco with the auto house. Appreciate it. Okay. That's normally all the auto hosts I get, so we should be good. This goes on YouTube.
I'm afraid to.
YouTube, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, and
I'm afraid to
YouTube.
talk because.
No, you're good now. I feel it.
You sure that?
The power of the dark side.
Of course, Dizzy is going to be the jackass to do it next. Interrupt himself. Good times. Okay. Now, who are you? What do you do? Why do you exist?
Well, I exist because when a man loves a woman.
No, okay. God damn it. That's not, you know, that's not what I meant.
Now, see, I should have waited. And been podcast number 10.
Why?
That's what I should have done.
Why?
Because the whole time you've been trying to get me to do this,
You
Sure.
always tell me
Go
no.
for it, Cat.
God damn it.
Get that host in.
I have to hear you only knew the power of the dark side. One more goddamn
Hey, you're the
time.
one who said that.
That's true. Not used to it happening 12 times in 5 seconds.
Cat, host the stream.
Cat?
He's gonna wait until we're actually talking before he does it.
let's get into this. I don't have a lot of time today, so I need to.
Oh, okay, geek's precious time here.
Well, you know, I am the dumbass who has a giant pimple. Gross. Who woke up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yes, I just looked down as if I had a watch. I'm wearing a hair tie, in case anybody's curious.
I feel like Cat's just hiding in the bushes, lurking right now, just waiting for the right moment to
Waiting
hit
for
that
the most
host
fucked
button.
up moment to do it, yeah.
Like a real cat.
Sorry, Corona.
Don't choke yourself with your headset.
I wasn't even chewing on it this time. That's the thing. So, all right, tell people about yourself. Who you are, why you're here, what you do.
Well, I'm here because Geek paid me $20. And
No, that's not true. You're gonna set a precedent
No,
of
it's not.
people wanting to get paid. Show.
No.
I can't even pay my fucking self. It's fine.
If somebody asks to be paid to be on your podcast, they don't need to be on your podcast.
Yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do if somebody says how much am I getting paid to be on the show is
you take
leaking
Bitcoin?
those DMs straight to Twitter. Like, look at this guy. He's going on a show with 6 average viewers, and he wants the fucking and he wants to get paid.
And he turned me down.
That is
You
not
turned
true.
Cat down?
That is not true. I had already planned to do the podcast with you. We had talked about it for like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because you were going to be on episode 5. And then you were awake until the exact moment I was going to start it, and then said, I have to go to bed. And I wanted to slap the fucking shit out you. Yeah, internet issues today are bad.
Now we got to sit through all those other hosts again.
Oh no. Why would they come back to me? Go somewhere else. I'm sorry. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I don't. Internet
None of us
issues,
do.
though, are the bane of my existence.
Yep. See, there's Braca.
Nice. Didn't pop up in loudness.
Yeah.
That's good. So,
No,
again, who are you?
yes,
What do you do?
I'm getting to it.
I have to go through this
I
10
fucking
times.
hate
It's fine.
talking about myself. This is quality content right here, all right?
Yes, it is. All right. Dizzy.
I'm that dizzy guy. I'm a streamer. A dad.
Are you
I
dizzy?
like one better than the other. Say again.
Are you dizzy?
It depends. Have I started drinking yet?
I don't know. Have you?
The answer is always.
Answer is always, what the fuck do you think's in my coffee cup?
I've got a fucking keg beside my bed. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Like I
sure.
wake up.
Oh, sure.
I should be that drunk guy, not that dizzy guy.
That drunk guy. I love last night your stream title was Drunk Doom question mark, and you were playing Grand Theft Auto.
Well,
You
I
never
didn't change
fixed
it
your
when I
fucking title. That's why I have the basic, road to 250, road to whatever follower goal I have, and then just chill vibes as my title.
I do that for a reason, because when I check my stats on different streams, I'm able to tell them apart.
I can tell them apart by the day. I don't know.
I've lost
I
all
understand how
concept of
dates work.
days.
I understand dates. I don't know what date it is today. I'm just saying I understand them.
Yeah, I talked about life. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Oh, sure. Oh, All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Well, no.
this is
So,
this is Geek signing off.
right, over and out.
Oh.
So I lost my entire train of thought there.
Well, you asked me about my quarantine
Oh,
situation. You asked me who I was.
Yeah. So what got you into
I thought it
streaming?
was it's a petty ass fucking reason. That's what.
Ooh, intrigue.
I've been gaming since I was 1. I'm 32, so my entire life.
Fuck, I didn't you're that much older than me. God damn.
I am like decrepit old. Like I might only be 32 on like a year level, but I've done a lot of stupid shit in my life.
Damn.
And I've beaten the fuck out of my body. So
Damn.
I think all in all, I'm probably the equivalent of a 60-year-old man at this point.
Yeah. I get that.
But no, I've always been a.
Uh-oh. Okay, so yikes.
You need new internet.
Dude, we might have to just record
You need new
it
nets.
today. I don't know if I can stream it.
Uh,
Okay, it's my Streamlabs says it's reconnected. Yikes, dude.
the show that never starts.
It started and it's recording. The recording's fine. So,
If you only knew the
Hakuna Matata's just
power of the
hosted
dark
you.
fucking
side.
Hakuna with the host. Appreciate it.
Or 4 views.
Yeah. He hits me with the big host. Doing a big guy. Oh, man.
You spend some more time in Hydra's stream.
Right. So where were we? You've been and then you cut out.
So I've been gaming while I was streaming my very first attempt streaming straight from the Xbox to Mixer. No cam, nothing like that, nothing fancy. I was like, you know what, fuck it, this will do. And kind of just started a Facebook page for it, and it then died a little shortly after that. Like life kind of fucked me hard. The person the girl I was with at the time, she was very negative and was like, "You're never gonna make it. You need to focus more on other things." Da 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 da. So fuck it. All right, I'm done. Then I proceeded, years later. I'm talking 5-6 years. I decided to get back into it and give it a go. Fortunately enough, the girl I'm with now, is very supportive. So, to make the story short, I'm streaming to prove my ex wrong. Because she straight told me I was never going to be able to make anything out of it, and here I am, building these relationships and connections, and I'm sitting right at 250 right now. I think I'm like 10 away.
You're also on the Scuffed Ass podcast, which is a high honor.
Which is the highlight of my streaming career.
Maybe not yet, but soon. So I can appreciate that coming from a guy whose nickname for his entire life has been the King of Petty. I can appreciate that.
I like that.
I can appreciate. Like, I almost, when I first created my YouTube channel, because I started out streaming on YouTube, I came this close to just naming my channel the King of Petty. And just making really dumb gaming videos where, like, some guy corner camp kills me. I spend the entire game only killing him. And I recorded, like, 5 or 6 videos that way.
Like the Walmart version of Dr. Disrespect.
Yes.
The Great Value Disrespect.
Yep, pretty much. So, I get that. For me, though, so I don't. You might not care, but Dr. Dropout.
Dr. Dropout.
Well, that also is me. I am Dr. Dropout. Yes. So I started streaming and recording videos and stuff on YouTube in 2016. The very last day of March of 2016, to be specific. Because Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was out. And it was like 2 or 3. DLC 1 for that game had just launched. So there was all the zombies content. And I'm a really big Call of Duty Zombies guy. Like, that's the game that got me into streaming, got me into videos and stuff. So I was watching all these videos of people just like doing high rounds on these maps, doing the Easter eggs, and I was like, why the fuck can't I do that? So I was streaming directly from my PS4 to YouTube. So no cam, no fucking nothing. Just PS4 headset and the game, which sounded disgusting. Like, I think right now I'm pretty proud of how my stuff sounds and how it should look when my internet works. Like, I take pride in that, but I can't do anything about my internet. There's nothing I can do. So,
that should be your donation goal, is upgrade internet.
How though? There's no better internet for me to get here. My donation goal is just move away. Directly to somewhere.
Just
donation goal, get me the fuck out of Wyoming. Dude, don't keep saying that. I'll do it. Your goal is to finally see me. No. My goal is to just get the fuck out of Wyoming. So I started.
Can't be that bad.
See, maybe for some people it wouldn't be. The area I live in, very small town where I went to high school, everybody likes to pretend that they're a cowboy. They like to play pretend. I didn't. I was the one wearing fucking South Pole jeans and fucking etnies and, you know, asking Alexandria shirts and showing up to school on a longboard. So, where was I? What was I saying before you so rudely mic freaked out?
That wasn't on me. I didn't do anything to my mic.
I don't know what it was. Your mic went evil, though.
I don't know. I wasn't even touching it.
So, somewhere. I started my streaming days on YouTube with the fucking streaming straight from the PlayStation. It was kind of gross. So, so it was zombies that got me into doing the whole YouTube streaming thing. That I watched people do stuff and decided I could do that. Saw absolutely no growth. Like, none. But I didn't care. I still don't. Like, I'm doing this because I just love creating content. Like, it's what I want to do. I mean, my only goal in life before this was to play professional sports, which couldn't happen because my freshman year of high school, I want to say, I fucking destroyed my knee. And I still have no clue what's wrong with it, because doctors won't tell me. So, wouldn't at the time. So, I was adopted and shit, so I was on, like, Medicaid. I think they just didn't want to tell me, because they wouldn't get paid as much as they would if I was an orphan. You know what I'm saying? Picking up when can you even hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I was just concerned. I'm now constant concerned that the call's not working.
And that's why when I stream, I have my audio from my stream pulled up.
So, oh, no, I have the stream audio. I just didn't the Discord call. I mean, um, so after that, it's been, it's, like I said, I wanted to play professional sports. I thought that was going to be the path. That couldn't happen anymore, obviously. So it was like, well, what else do I love to do? What's the core of professional sports that I enjoy? And I was like, oh, entertaining people. So I looked at, well, I'm already streaming and putting that on YouTube. Could I just edit down streams into videos and just make a career out of videos and streams so I could just entertain people? Instead of, trying to go to like film school and try to be an actor or a director or something. It's like YouTube and streaming and doing podcasts and that kind of thing. It's the much, I don't want to say easier path, but it's the more open path for people. If you get my drift.
Yeah.
Like, it's anyone can do it. You just need a camera and that's about it. And everyone has a camera. Because you can do at least YouTube videos with just your phone. Streaming, you need a little bit more shit. But not much. A little bit. You need a console. Really, other than a console, you're good. You don't have to have a super expensive mic or a super expensive PC or any of that shit. You can literally just have a console and run fairly decent streams if your internet's okay. Or you can be like me and own really fancy everything and have really shitty internet. So it's a rough fucking go.
I like to think I'm in the middle of that. Like, you've seen what I set my webcam up on.
Right.
My Frankenstein tripod. Frankenpod, if you would. Oh, there's the name of my horror podcast, Frankenpod.
Oh, sure. Are you going to start a podcast, are you?
I've had an internet radio show before. I've done all that.
Didn't enjoy it, or?
No, it was fun. It was some of the best time of my life because I had two friends that did it with me. And we did it every Wednesday night. What I didn't like is the morning after because we would get trashed during the podcast or the radio show rather. But and that 6 months that we did this is the reason I don't drink liquor anymore.
So originally, for the start of the Scuffed As podcast, I can even tell you where the name originated from. I don't know.
I think you told me.
I might have told you. I don't know if I've ever told the podcast. I know that if you've listened to every episode, you would have caught it, but I don't know how many people. So I started the podcast to record it with my brother-in-law, who's a therapist. Me and him, we would sit, so I'd go over to his house every Saturday back before I could drive when I was playing D&D with him and all of his friends. I'd go over and I'd just stay with him and my sister on Saturdays. And those nights, we'd be out on the porch smoking cigarettes till 4 a.m, just talking about, life and all that shit. So I was like, it took a while for me to have this idea, but I was like, it would be sick as shit if we could just sit down and record this as a podcast, just record our weird ass talks that we have. And he's like, that would be kind of cool. So it took 3 years from that point for me to finally have the stuff to really make a podcast that would sound halfway decent work. And that's the first episode of the podcast, is me sitting around bullshitting with him. I think you'd enjoy that episode, actually. Probably more than any other episode I've done.
I mean, I'll check it out.
the very first episode is it's I think it's pretty good. Which
I'll check it out.
isn't saying much, but I also hate my own content, so but you know, we'd sit up crafting these scenarios of like, what would the world be like if nobody got paid? If money didn't exist, neither did trading for things. It was just you figured out what you want to do in life. So whatever your dream job is. So for me, it's like right now, I guess, because back then it was professional sports because my knee wasn't gone yet. But now it would be this, streaming, YouTube. So you just do that. And I mean, there's more houses in the world than there are people. There's more food in the world than there are people going hungry. It's just not in the right places. So it was like everybody just does whatever their dream thing is. You want to paint. You want to make YouTube videos, make YouTube videos. You want to do this, do this. And then, like, when harvest time comes around, we have a system built up. So it's like, oh, I could make a video, but it's like this farmer that lives over here needs help with shit. So you go help because, you know, it's your fucking food too. And then, you know, nobody gets paid. Everybody just has whatever they need and want. And, you know, odds are crime goes down, suicide rate goes down. Everything goes down because people are just genuinely happy. They're not stuck with shit they don't want to do in a life that they don't want to live. And we like had a full-on plan of how it could work. Spent like 6 hours talking about it. I was like, this is the type of shit that would go great on a podcast. Just not because people are going to agree with the idea, but just because it's an interesting concept to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, once I finally got everything set up, we recorded that first episode. And from there, I haven't been able to have him back on again because quarantine. So the really cool thing is on Mixer, I've been able to meet other streamers. So when I was on Twitch and YouTube, I never talked to any other creators ever. Never met anybody. Nobody ever came in my streams. I didn't go in other people's streams looking to do the support thing. So I didn't know anybody. So Mixer has been really cool for meeting other content creators, other people. I live in Wyoming. I think I have more followers than we have in the state. So is that not worth a chuckle, or did I cut out?
No, I mean, I agree with all of that. Like, do what your passion is. Like,
Right.
what's that old motto? Like, if you do what you love, you're never going to work a day in your life.
Right.
So,
My favorite thing
yeah.
is still, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but Casey Neistat had a commercial he did for, where he's recording all these people doing whatever they love to do, and he's talking about how anybody can create with the power of their smartphone. Of course, he's talking about Galaxy phones, but he doesn't say with Samsung Galaxies. He's just saying with your phone, which I love that Samsung let him do that. Just let him create a cool message and then brand it as a Samsung thing. That's fire. But the entire thing ended with, you know, blah, 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 do whatever you want, do what you like. But it's not it. But the very last thing he says is just do what you can't. The entire message was people telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. So the message ends with do what you can't.
Yeah, I mean,
and I fucking love that shit. I'm a sucker for some peppy shit like that.
some of that for a depressing person. I like motivation.
I do. So I'm motivated purely out of pettiness and spite.
Yeah.
Every time, like, so I have a friend who I play D&D with and shit. He's always talking to me, have you found a job yet? Like, no, I told you, I'm working on this YouTube streaming thing, like, I've had conversations with people about how this plan can work in the grand scheme of life. It's not costing, it's actually saving my parents money to let me, well, my parents, that's a different story I'll get into on a podcast when I can't find a guest. My parents, it was that I'm saving the money compared to if I was going to go to college. And if I was going to college, it would be at a big university to be a theoretical physicist. That was what I was going to do. And like, I had applied to colleges and got accepted. And then I just dropped out of high school. So, yeah, you know, with straight A's, by the way. Whenever I say I'm a dropout, people look at me like I'm a fucking retard. No. No.
No idiot.
I just got bored of school. Like, before I dropped out, I was only going in once or twice every 2 weeks just to take tests. And I still had hundreds because the only thing at my school that mattered was your test scores. So I was like, oh, I can cheese the system then. I can just go in for tests and then go home and work on this, you know, stream, make videos, do what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, just because like you drop out doesn't mean you have this like inability to not do something great and not make something of yourself. I mean, think of all the like celebrities that dropped out. I actually pulled it up, a list, and like Johnny Depp dropped out of high school. Robert Downey Jr. dropped out of high school. Yeah. Nicolas Cage,
Steve Jobs, that's the one.
Right there with, you know, Nicolas Cage is right there with God. Like,
right. Yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger dropped out. Just dropping out of school does not automatically make you an idiot.
School is just not the path for it.
I've known many people who, for lack of a better term, they were too smart for school.
Right. I actually had the principal of my school say that's what he thought it was.
It's
like
possible.
It just doesn't fit you. You learn farther ahead than other people your age. It happens. And there's nothing a school can do.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Quentin Tarantino dropped out of school at the age of 15.
Right. I was 17 when I dropped out. It was the end of my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and got my high school equivalency, which is different than your GED. It apparently looks better because it actually is just a high school diploma, basically. So I went and got that, and like the highest score you could get on each category was a 20. I had 20s in all of them. That's a lie. I had a 19 in writing, which is weird because I've made money off of writing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know where you're from if they have this, but there's a thing called young authors.
I'm familiar with it, and you got to keep in mind I just moved here.
Right.
You know, a little under a year ago. Yeah. So I'm still not very. I spent all my time in the basement doing this shit.
Right. Yeah. Young authors, though, it's just like a writing competition for kids in school, and you're only pitted against people your age. And I won it every single year. So it was weird to me that writing was going to be the thing I didn't do great on. Like, I was like, I'm shocked it wasn't like math. Just because it's easy for me to fuck up a math problem. Even if I understand what I'm doing, just moving too fast and being like, yeah, that's the answer. And then I don't double check shit. I'm just like, that's it. And then I move on. And then if it's not, I'm fucked.
Okay, so me just roaming through this list on Ranker of the 85 famous high school dropouts. There's one on this list that I don't think would help us with his little tidbit of info that we're having. Charlie Sheen.
Oh yeah, he doesn't help. Nope.
I don't think
there's a lot of YouTubers have dropped out too, and I'm never going to say if you want to do YouTube, drop out, or if you want to be a streamer, drop out. You don't need to.
Oh yeah.
And I'm never going to say that is something that people should do, because I think school is important for most people. I don't think it was for me. Because if this shit doesn't work out, I know I have other ideas. So, I'm good.
Here's another one that won't help out at all. Courtney Love. Yeah. She doesn't help at all.
I don't know. And I get so annoyed because I've talked with some other YouTubers, streamers, who it's like, so why'd you get into this? Yours is for pettiness, that's fine. But I hate the people who are in it because there's money in it. Or that don't do it for the love of creating content. Like, I love sitting here and writing down ideas for stuff I can do. And then, trying to figure out how to do said thing. But, like, I have ideas for content that I physically cannot create right now. But that I want to. And that I'm going to
one that,
in the future.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of into this right now. Here's one that is kind of where I live now. It's kind of this family is a staple of where I live now, I guess. Mark Wahlberg dropped out of high school. Yeah. If you don't know, just
cut out. Oh, okay. We've lost Dizzy for a second. I will go ahead and talk over it. Dude, my internet is such a pain in the dick. And it always happens to go down on podcasting. Sick.
has returned.
There it is.
What the hell happened?
Dude, my internet's fucking freaking out. You know what's fucked up? My actual internet says it's fine. Like, I have the little app.
I'm waiting for mine
like
because
everything is great all the time.
Comcast is or was here working on my internet. They had to dig up the cord in the yard. We're apparently building a pool.
Rich motherfucker.
What?
I called you a rich motherfucker.
Shit.
You're getting a pool. I don't have a pool.
My girlfriend's parents are getting a pool. Let me rephrase that.
There you go.
They are getting a pool.
There you go. Dude, okay, just going off how you phrase that, I want to be rich enough where I can just be sitting back and talking to somebody and then, like, talk to my wife, girlfriend, whatever, and then just be like, oh, so apparently we're building a pool. And just have that not faze me at all. Just be like, yeah, apparently we're getting a pool. That's the goal. That's the goal in life. Right.
See,
there.
Okay, so back home, this has been my thing. Back home, my original home state, we had this in the town I lived in. We had a legit, like, Japanese, the fuck is the name of them now? I can't think of it now. Where you go in, you sit down. You sit down in front of the grill, and the chef, like, throws the eggs in the air, catches them in his hat, shit like that.
I don't know exactly.
And hibachi.
Yeah.
Had one of those. Ridiculously expensive for the town that it's in. Okay. So what I used to always say is I want to have enough money to be able to go eat there without having to check my bank account.
Oh, right.
You know, I don't want to be
get to the point where I have enough money to go eat at McDonald's without having to check my bank account.
I just kind of I don't want to be like this filthy rich dickhead.
No.
I'm always going to be a dickhead, so that's why I think that's not going to change.
No, that won't change. I know.
Like I don't want to have
fucking A.
Up there you are.
There it is. You're in the middle of talking about if we something.
If me?
You're talking about something.
I was saying I feel like, or I don't want to have this big ass house, fancy ass mansion and shit. Like, I'll be happy with a 2-story, 3-bedroom house with a fenced-in backyard with privacy fence because I sunbathe naked.
Okay.
I can sit back there and have my cockles out.
I have a lot of things that I want. I've been in a weird, I don't know, place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Didn't grow up living with my parents. I don't want kids. Mostly because fucking I don't want to have to put a person through the shit I've been through. And I feel like I've met my family and seen how this goes, and they will be.
Well, see,
I feel like it's just not humane to bring a child into my family.
You don't have to force that child to be involved in that family. Like my girlfriend, she's got
That's not what I mean.
A 4-year.
It's not bad because of the people in my family. Just my family, the unluckiest group of people maybe in the world. So it's just inhumane to bring another one in. My family name dies with me. I think that's a good thing.
And you're still young, so
that could change.
Possibly,
that could change.
Yeah,
that 100% could change. But there's a lot, like, growing up, I always saw people who had everything that they wanted as a kid, and they were still little bitches.
Oh, I totally get that.
Like,
100%.
and that pissed me the fuck off. I was like, I'm gonna get everything I want. I'm going to. And I'll bust my ass for it. I'll get every single thing I want.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I know for a fact I won't be a little bitch like they were. Now, will I be a dick? Sure. That's what I do. That's me. That's just on brand at this point. But I want to be to the point where I can live comfortably in somewhere that's not here. I've begun trying to plan where I want to go. For a long time, it was LA.
I hear Illinois is really nice.
No. If it snows, I ain't goes. I'm sick of the cold, man. It's cold here like 8 months out of the year, and I fucking hate it. My house sucks because the room I live in, it's cold 8 months out of the year, but for some reason, my room's 95 degrees every day. Like, I think it's 45 degrees outside. Fahrenheit, not Celsius. And I have my fucking air conditioner on. Because it gets so hot in my goddamn room. But, what was I saying? But I've been thinking about where I want to go. First, it was LA. Any opinions on that thought? Oh, fucking bitch!
Hi.
Okay. Hello. Okay. So at first it was LA. That's where I wanted. Opinions? Because I'm used to getting shit on for that idea. So, opinions?
On where to move?
On LA. Just Los Angeles in general.
I don't know.
You hate it as much as the rest of the world seems to?
I can't give an opinion because I'm not, like, I don't have an opinion on it. You know what I mean? Like,
people just hate it because, well, there's a lot of people and it's California and it's like extra bougie. It's like, I don't care. You know what I like? I like that if I look over there, there's the beach. And if I look over there, there's some mountains. And I'm in a place, for my entire life, I've been in a place where it's a 30-minute drive to go get gas. To go get food, to go to the store.
That's gotta suck to not have gas to go get gas.
Right. Like, you have to go get gas with at least a quarter of a tank. You have to.
You have to go grocery shopping that day. The day you get gas.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's no point in getting gas going back home.
Right. So, and, people go insane because it's like, I was craving Taco Bell, so I went and got some. And they're like, oh, that's not weird. It's like, oh, well, it's a 45-minute drive to Taco Bell. And then 45 minutes back. and I did it just for Taco Bell. People are like, well, that's fucking wild. It's like, well, nearest Chick-fil-A is an hour and a half away.
Jesus.
I'll drive there too. Just
see, I've got two
craving and I just go.
I've got two targets within 20 minutes of me.
Right.
Like,
so that's one of the biggest appeals to me about a city or LA. It's like in LA, I don't have to leave my house. It's like, oh, I want Chick-fil-A. I'll fucking hit up Uber Eats and I'll get Chick-fil-A in 5 minutes.
That's one thing I like the most. Well, not the most, but it's one of the things I like about moving to a more progressive state is they do have that shit.
Right.
Like back home, I think we only had like one fucking DoorDash person.
Nice.
But here it's like whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
We're able to order groceries and have them delivered to our door.
Right.
Like, and for me, I'm like, holy shit, that would have made things so much simpler.
Right.
I don't have to go anywhere.
So, because, like, so that's, originally it was LA. And then I was like, ooh, Seattle's kind of cool too, but it gets cold. Not like super duper cold, but it gets cold enough that I don't really want to go. Still might, though, because I love Seattle. I'm one of the weird people who doesn't love it to be sunny all the time. I like it if it's 75 degrees and rainy, you know?
See, I'd be happy with like 65.
Well, I'm just saying like 65, 75, whatever.
Yeah.
And rainy, overcast. I don't know. I like gray. I like when it's gray outside. The sun hurts my eyes. Wow, that sounds really goth. But
the sun hurts my eyes. I will admit that since I moved to Illinois, my whole thing about complaining about the weather, because back home I would never complain about the weather because it was one of those, the winter was either really bad, and us as a human race do this shit.
Yeah.
During the winter, we're like, oh, I wish it would go. I wish the snow would stop. I wish it was warm. And then during the summer, it's like, oh, it's so fucking hot.
See, I don't do that. When it gets hot out and people go,
I didn't do that back home.
It's so fucking hot. I go, turn on your fucking air conditioner, moron.
See, I didn't do that back home. But since I moved to Illinois, there's a difference in West Virginia summer and Illinois summer.
Because Illinois is super humid, isn't it? There's West Virginia.
That exactly. It's
one of them's
humid.
Yep.
And that just, it might read 85 degrees on the thermometer, but it's
100% humidity makes it.
Yeah, it is.
I lived in Pierce, South Dakota, and it would be like that. And the house I lived in, so I'd moved out to live with a buddy and his mom, help them pay for their house, and just get the fuck out of here. It was great. I enjoyed it. So moved up there, was helping with all that shit. But every day it was like 90 degrees, 100% humidity. The house we lived in was 150 years old, didn't have air conditioning, and I lived on the top floor. Like, it was a 2-story house. I lived up there. So every day, come home from work, I'm all hot, I'm all sweaty, I'm feeling gross. And then I go into my room, and somehow it's hotter, and everything's already wet for some reason. And it was like, Jesus Christ. Wet? Because it's so humid. It's like everything's
your
like
brother's
damp.
been here.
No, it's like everything's damp. You know what I mean? When it's so humid, like your bed feels like it's damp all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah, I get that. My thing, like, here's one thing I really hate. Since we're on the subject of like things being wet and sticky, have you ever, like, you're laying in bed, and I know this is a weird segue, but you're laying in bed and your feet get hot.
Sure.
And they start getting sweaty, so you uncover your fucking feet.
And then they get super cold.
And then they're still hot and sweaty, but cold too. And you can't make a choice at that point.
So
I hate that shit.
Back to what I was saying earlier, though, way before all of this shit.
Yeah. Those are cliff notes.
L.A., Seattle, those were both opinions. But now I've been really into the idea of either moving to Ireland, because my family's Irish. And
it's one of my two.
I'd live there.
Destinations.
I'd live in Ireland. It'd be fun.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's humid in Ireland.
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna hit
I'm
him
pretty
with
sure it
I'm gonna
is.
hit him with the super hot tea here. Best accents in the world, Irish accents. Don't come at me.
I mean,
A chick with an Irish accent immediately
and an alcohol
draws my
problem.
attention. Immediately, I'm like, I want that. Want that. All of that. So, Ireland sounds like a great place for, being able to find a woman with an Irish accent. Don't think I can go wrong with Ireland.
Okay, according to this, it says Ireland has some extremely humid months and high humidity throughout the year. The least humid month is April at a 72.6 relative humidity.
Nice.
That is the least, 72% is the least humid
Nice.
Ireland gets.
Nice.
The most humid months is November with 81%.
See, but by the time I can move to Ireland, I can afford to put an air conditioner in every room, so I'll be fine. So, and leave those bitches running all the time.
I'm curious if it's humid in Alaska.
Okay. Well, you look that up. And my last place that's on my list of 4 places I could move to, or want to, is Australia. Move to Melbourne. Big Australia guy.
My two, like, and not so much move there, but like just to visit. I've got 2 places on a bucket list to visit, and that's Ireland for sure, and London. I really want to go to London.
Well, if you go to Ireland, you might as well just take the 12-minute drive and go over to London.
Yeah. Plus, I've got a really good friend of mine that lives in Edinburgh.
Nice.
And
I love scrolling through the internet.
Just through the internet.
Yeah, well, yeah, like on Reddit, and having people from like the UK be like, my drive to work is so long, and it's like a 20-minute drive. And it's like, my drive to the grocery store is longer than that.
My drive to work is 30 minutes.
I'm gonna have to.
But I work like 3 towns over. So.
Oh, nice. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and call it. It's getting stormy here, and my camera's supposed to be delivered, so I have to go wait for it because I can't let it get destroyed.
No covered porch?
Nope.
Ew.
I told you I'm poor and I'm from Wyoming. Covered porch.
I'm sure people in Wyoming have covered porches.
No, we have covered wagons. Okay.
Right, Oregon Trail.
Oh my god! Real quick.
Dysentery.
The most fucking dumb conversations I have are when I tell people I'm from Wyoming and the questions I get. I had somebody from Nebraska, neighboring state, ask me if I knew what a phone was, a computer, and then the most mind-boggling one from this person was, do you guys have watermelon there? What the fuck are you talking about, child?
I swear to God, I would have looked at him and be like, the fuck's a watermelon?
Oh, we've done that. We've been talking to people and just been like, you have cars? It's like, no, we ride horses. Why do you think we're on the fucking bus? I don't know how to drive.
Well,
do you guys have school? And it's like, yeah, but it's just one building shaped like a house. We're all sitting in desks in what would basically be a living room. Like, just making up shit. And just seeing the looks on people's faces is amazing.
So my thing being, from West Virginia is when you tell someone, hey, I'm from West Virginia, and they go, oh, what part of Virginia? Not realizing that in 1863, West Virginia became its own fucking state.
I realize it. Every time you say West Virginia, I just think of that stupid fucking song.
Oh, I fully get that. And fun fact,
because
West Virginia is still paying Virginia for the separation.
Nice.
Like they are still paying.
It's like a bad divorce.
It's a horrible divorce where the judge goes, instead of 18 years,
180.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like, how do people afford to live in West Virginia if they can't? If the government
so you
there
remember
can't
the whole
even
Johnny Depp thing?
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know if he's like suing her or whatever, but he's counter-suing or something. Amber Heard, the one who basically ruined his career for a while. And she, after he, played the Uno reverse card, basically, she hired a private investigator to dig up some dirt on him so he would not sue her.
Okay.
Private investigator couldn't find anything. No dirt. You know why? Because Johnny Depp is a good fucking guy, and his name was ran through the dirt by some dumb bitch who was actually beating him, but claiming he was beating her.
Yep.
Bitch chopped off his finger.
I really don't. I can't see Johnny Depp as an overly abusive person.
No.
It's like telling me Robert.
There's recordings of her being abusive to him. He doesn't even try to fight back. Like, he doesn't even want to try to stop her because he's afraid he'd hurt her. That's wild shit.
I've honestly been in situations like that. Like me, I'm 6'2", 220 plus pounds, and my ex-wife was 5'1", and 120 pounds dripping wet. And there was times where she would fly off the handle and get, somewhat abusive, and I would be like, "Look, I can't do anything to stop you. Like, I can't grab you. I can't do anything because I will hurt you. It'll be completely unintentional, but the size difference, I will hurt you."
If you just trying to stop them could hurt them, and then and then even though they were the ones who were being abusive, you're the one who gets in trouble because you sucked a left nipple. But I don't know. I'm just saying shit. But I need to go. So
all right.
This has been a fun time. So.
Oh, and keep in mind that at the end of the day, this podcast lives as proof of why we're not in Mamba.
Oh my god. All right, fucking peace out.
You couldn't think that I wasn't gonna say something.
God damn it.